Don't think about this for too long. After all, it is a very short road. Surely we can't really do much with this little scenario, can we? As you read by the title, we're going for an All Pops challenge today. Not sure if this would be viable on a official map, but it can certainly be done on a custom map if it's long enough. We're going to go All Pops Velociraptor, paired with a little fishy fish as well. This map has many loops and holes here, which will make this scenario a very long one. But I do fancy a more of a relaxing scenario today, despite that we're doing an all pop scenario with a tier 3 tower. I presume that like Sun Avatar could be possible because of Geraldo's what do you call it? His Warren's Hero Cave item that you can put on a dart monkey. I mean, turn it into a super monkey. Speaking of Geraldo, we're going to put him down. You're going to put him down over here. I mean, there's not a lot of space on this map where you can just freely put stuff out of the way so that it doesn't steal any pops, am I right? Look at all this space over here. It's just simply not enough for all of the behemoths that we're going to be putting down in order to support our little Microraptor here, soon to be Adosaurus, and then later on Velociraptor. But we do need some invisibility potion both around 24. Here is the Adosaurus, which means now we can pop lead balloons when we can. And putting the invisibility potion around 24 will mean we'll be able to pop camo balloons without requiring the falcon and then the owl after that. Mainly the owl, because the little falcon here cannot pop camos. People are wondering how many times does a balloon go back and forth here in order to meet all of the nodes that this map has in order to get down to the other end of the map here. I would say a fair few. Don't know how many. I've not counted how many times that they go back and forth, but I'm pretty sure that it's at least in the double digits. To save ourselves from needing another invisibility potion later on, we're going to put down a village and give our wonderful Adosaurus here some camo detection without requiring Geraldo's item here, though we will put it back on later on when it allows it to both increase range and do bonus damage against camo balloons. But that's not really needed, but I like to have it rather than not have it, let's just say that. We now have the Tower of Video. We could go Tyrannosaurus Rex, but that is just, well, far too easy, wouldn't you say? So we're going to go with Piranha and then Barracuda straight after that. We have ourselves the medium dino with the small fishy, but not the smallest of fishies that we could possibly have. It is, after all, a fishy, but not one that is the biggest of fishies that could possibly exist in the sea. It is like a plankton, but not really a plankton because it's not called that. I know I'm being stupid here with my explanations to it, but just go along with it, okay? Go for jungle drums to increase our attack speed for both our dino and our fishies over here. Next up, we're going to think about what towers we would like to have next, and I honestly think that some more beast handlers might be necessary here. We're going to go with a Barracuda here, so we can turn this screen up from 3 to 6 to 6 to 6. Gonna go with Adosaurus, put you there, and I think most resourcefully we should put down other Adosauruses to enhance our Velociraptor over here. Put you over there, gonna put one in this far corner here, gonna buff you, and then we're gonna put another one, let's say here, and then buff you there. We are nearly there, nearly there. What are we gonna do next? Another one? Possibly another one. Shall we do another one? No, we'll just go straight to resourcefully 1020, and then the base cost is I think resourcefully we should go for something else like you, and then just exactly one more, and there we go. A 24 out of 24 Velociraptor there. For any 2 Megapop scenarios with a beast handler and you're wondering how to maximize your your minor path here. So let's say if you're going with Tyrannosaurus Rex and you want to go with Barracuda, and if you have a map with a lot of water on it, then my suggestion is to not go for a Barracuda for a support merge. I would go with just the let's go with piranhas, and then buy that for 3 other beast handlers so that you have more range in which you can deploy that tower down, essentially, or this pet, for example, so that you have the most amount of map coverage that you could possibly have. So let's say with the Velociraptor here, it's not connected to any other beast handler, so therefore the only range it has is the beast handler itself. So if it were directly connected with another beast handler with range, then it shares its range in a way. So if you want to maximize the range of both your major and your minor creature, then it's always best to build as many and pair them rather than just build one and then maximize his upgrade, because A, you're using more money, and B, you're minimizing the amount of range that you could possibly have. Lecture over with flare balloons here. Won't get called to arms until later, but as you've seen by the title, we are once again to be summoning our best friend in the form of Ultraboost. But we've got to save 77,000, so Overclock will do for now. This lack of symmetry offends me. It doesn't benefit the dinosaur in a way, but for me, it just means that every single one of them has this item on their staff. So I just like that for that reason and no other reason, okay? I like symmetry. When I just look at this and I'm thinking one of them is out of place, or one of them doesn't have something but the others have, I'm thinking it's gotta be the fact that they've all gotta have exactly the same thing equipped. Nobody can be out of alignment with this sort of thing, okay? It's just irritating for me to look at in some ways. I'm sure some of you who's watching have a similar sort of thing where if you see something that is out of alignment, you want to correct it as soon as possible when it comes to positioning, what they're holding, stuff like that. I feel like whenever a new feature is out, it's really exciting to get it first and foremost beforehand. Like the first week when it's released and stuff like that. Probably just the wrong words to say, like first and foremost, but the initial release of said new feature to the game is really exciting, but then as the weeks go by, it starts to die down when it comes to hype. And I feel like the Beast Handler, along with map editors, have been like that in sort of a way. Like, it's really exciting to see them first and foremost. And then once you become accustomed to that new feature, then the hype of that just dies down. And it's like, well, now it's just become a part of the game now. And it's not like anything that is hugely extravagant and new. Except, of course, if you're a true sun god, and therefore there is always only ever one of those. I think that's just with anything really. The initial release of something is really exciting if you're looking forward to it. When you hear news of it and everything that comes before it, when it comes to before that said thing is released, is really exciting. Just being able to get your hands on physically interacting with said thing is such an excitement. It gets your blood pumping! Anyways, Velociraptor, I've talked about our little guy here, or little girl here, doing all the chomping. And then there's our Barracuda here, doing all the nabbing here. So far, no issues whatsoever. Damage-wise, it's very good damage-wise. And also, it's a very fast attacker as well. So, I don't think when it comes to damage, it's going to be an issue. The damage over time, however, could be an issue when it comes to the BAD itself. I'm not worried about the fortified DETs or fortified ZMGs, because I do believe that we have enough DPS here with the map length itself so that we can actually do this scenario and do it very well. Up to a point where we get 2,042,000 pops and whatever excess amount of pops that are left over for our scenario here. Anyways, round 80, we have ourselves a ZMG here. Yeah, we haven't really talked about much about the game since it's just been pretty relaxing. And there's going to be times where it's going to be this sort of scenario where I'm not going to try and do a hugely strenuous insanity removal challenge, but it's just nice to do something that is more relaxing while also still playing balloons out of it. I mean, the only thing that's not relaxing is this beast handler going back and forth from left to right here. Like, just seeing the silhouette going left to right is like, nah, This beast handler is the only one that's not having a relaxing time here. In fact, they are having a very strenuous time controlling these two creatures, the Velociraptor and the Barracuda. I heard like one bit of Balloon's Tower Defense 6 lore that the Tyrannosaurus Rex is something that Adora respects because it must take an enormous amount of training to be able to tame such a beast. So Adora has a huge amount of respect, or at least a great amount of respect, for the beast handler tamer and also the dinosaur itself in order to actually keep its power under control. So imagine there are a lot of beasts out there that don't have a lot of control over its power. Let's say if you're familiar with Pokemon and the idea of Mega Evolution, whenever a Pokemon first discovers that Mega Evolution, it just goes on a rampage and is unable to contain its power. Like, it takes the most amount of trust and the most amount of training between partner and Pokemon in order to actually hold such immense power and be able to control it and not give in to your inner desires of unleashing that newfound power. I think that come across with anything, like getting a new job, getting a new car, getting a salary increase. Like, that newfound power or newfound satisfaction, it should never be something that should be taken for granted in life. And that goes across with anything really. Like, let's say for example, if like when I first started the channel, I wasn't really good at this game, and it's thanks to learning the game, but also more importantly learning from the feedback from everyone that has given me advice over the years and stuff like that, that has helped me shape into a better player. But one thing I would never want to do ever is to forget where I was. Let's say when I tried to do like a few 2 megapops back in the day and thinking that certain towers were not possible at all. Like, let's say with the special operations, I'm thinking, this is just stupidly ridiculous. How the hell can this weak helicopter ever be able to get 2 million pops in a game of chimps? Well, beggars belief, the first ever record of special operations 2 megapops was actually done without Geraldo. Like, it can be done without Geraldo. And I'm like, how? Like, round 63, like, it's still in its support Chinook stage. And how on earth can this, like, literally this pea shooter of a tower be able to do such a thing? So I still have a huge ways to go in order to be better at Balloon's Tower Defense 6. Namely, being able to actually do like expert maps, some advanced maps like erosion and geared. Like, even though I've done a video covering chimps on geared, I had not a lot of fun on it whatsoever. I did it to prove a point that that map is absolute ass mechanically. But visually it's very nice, and every time the gears turn, there's a lot of sparkles that come out of the gears themselves when they're turning. Shows some background interaction. But for me, expert maps and advanced maps are just, they're not fun at all. They're just too stressful. Like, 2 tower chimps, 2 megapops, they offer the right amount of stress in a way, but it doesn't feel like that the stress itself is extending to also the your ability as a player to be able to read ahead and be able to actually do the other rounds in the game. So, by the way, we just got call to arms. Oh, DDTs! Yeah, you're not escaping anytime soon, thank you very much. But I don't feel like I'm good enough as a player to be able to do something like Bloody Puddles chips, or Ouch chips, or Ravine chips. Bloody hell, Ravine. I hate that map with a passion. The layout mainly just turns me off of ever wanting to do anything on that map whatsoever. Okay, round 97. We have the second toughest opponent being fortified GMGs in this scenario. And when a lot of expert players who are easily able to do like Ravine chimps, and then they see someone else thinking that ravine chimps is impossible, and they're like, well, it obviously isn't because I've blackboarded it without even thinking about it. It's like, you're coming from a perspective of somebody who knows how to do that map. You have experience on the map. You have played that map. You have gone through the trials and tribulations of going through that experience and been able to master it to the point in which you are able to blackboarder it. But you think that because you have done it, every single other player is also able to do it. And that is a big rift in the community, because not everyone is an absolute sweatfest at this game. Some people just like to play it casually. Like sometimes I like to play this game casually by whipping on that double cash mode and thinking, I don't want to stress myself out. I just want a nice, relaxing experience without needing to strategize 24/7 yippity yap. And I think some people find that a bit of a problem because they don't want others to feel like that they have fun. They want them to feel like that they're on the same level as them as well. Ooh, we don't have enough for a Moab glue. Let us go from that to a glue strike instead. Yeah, if we go glue strike first, and then we'll go with actually we'll stick with relentless glue here. So we've got 11,000 left. I'm not too sure what to do with the rest of that. Obviously we're not going to go with Tyrannosaurus because then that defeats the purpose of the challenge here. But we'll just do what we have here. Maybe we'll invest in some wonderful creature potions if we find that the call to arms has run out. There we go. Go through that again. I'm not going to use Ultraboost at all until this other spanner here has run out. But yeah, the bad. It is a very bad mean tower. Use call to arms. Oh yeah, Ultraboost has now run out. Good. Good. Call to arms again. Use the glue strike again. Use call to arms again. Now we have to wait for it to heal, man. So, come back manually. Ultraboost once more, and there it is, folks. That is All Pops Velociraptor in this scenario. Just gotta finish up, and I don't think we're anywhere near close for the balloons to escape that map there. So the only hiccup I have there really is around 100. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about this video down in the comment sections below, and please be sure to suggest to me what other kind of scenarios you'd like to see me do next on the channel. And I forgot to mention that this map was made by Tony. The long but very short map. Road, sorry. I don't know why I was going Scottish. But thank you all so much for watching, everybody. I presume that some Scottish people has a backyard that looks like that. Just a little bit of road that goes back and forth with a lot of very darkened mud there. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do not subscribe, remember, you will always have a 5,000% speed bug with Elite Phase. And also, they are able to warp 5,000% more forward than they would normally do otherwise. So rather than warping like 8% of the way closer to the end, they warp like, well, they just warp to the end, let's just say that. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everybody.